Are you interested in going to Special Forces assessment and selection? Are you ready to attend and actually pass selection, get selected, move on to the Q course so you can get to one of the operational groups? If there's any delay or any hint of hesitation in your answer, more than likely you're not. And this is why I come in, guys. If you check out the links below, I have a link to my Patreon, which has a variety of prep courses on there geared towards helping you prep so you could attend and get selected. It's a small price to pay to live a life of either fulfillment or a life of regret, all right? I'll see you guys over at the Patreon. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hey, this is your first time watching me. My name is Jay. I'm a retired Green Beret out of 3rd Special Forces Group. Guys, the intent behind this channel is to share my knowledge and wisdom with the next generation. So if you haven't done so already, like and subscribe to help me reach that goal. Hey, I appreciate it. So today I wanted to make a video about why you see a lot of SF guys or Special Forces operators across the entire DoD sometimes not wearing their helmet. It is a common practice that you'll see us out and about with just a baseball cap, even when we're out on the objective doing work, right? So why is that? All right, so I have a couple of reasons why I don't wear my helmet when I'm on the objective or when I'm just walking around patrolling, right? That is personal reasons to me. And I'm answering this question, so I'm making this video because I had a call earlier, and the young man wanted to know why a lot of SF guys often have a worn out, dirty hat, and why we don't often wear our helmet. We'll start off talking about why sometimes we will wear our helmets, and then we'll get into the reasons why I personally don't wear my helmet. So these are the occasions when I would wear my helmet when I'm downrange. So the first one being at night. So my last couple of rotations to Afghanistan, we were running commandos to where we did 24-hour ops, right? We would go out for 24 hours, clear an entire village, do work, and then go back and rest for 48 hours. We would always infill under the period of darkness. We would always infill at night. So I had to have my helmet on because that's what my nods are attached to, right? My night vision goggles were attached to my helmet. So I would always wear my helmet on infill, all right? Typically we'll keep it on the entire night while we clear, because we cleared at night, and then we would strong point, and then we would rest, and then we would wake up in the morning expecting a fight from the enemy. Another instant where I always wore my helmet was when I was engaged, right? So typically we'll infill, we'll strong point, and then as soon as day breaks, that's when the Taliban likes to attack. Why? Because majority of them don't have nods. So they wait till the sun comes up to shoot at the Americans. So we would always attack our mornings knowing that they were going to start shooting at us, right? So we would have all of our equipment right next to us, ready to go. Whoever's on guard is on guard. Everyone else is inside the buildings, helmets, weapon system right next to us. And as soon as we hear the first shot, helmet goes on and we get in the fight. So during engagement, we would always have our helmet on. Another instant where we would always have our helmet on is when we're doing direct action. Direct action meaning we are conducting CQB in a house. So I'm patrolling, I get to my release point, I get all my equipment checked out, I put my helmet on, and then I flow into the house and I conduct CQB. You never want to be in a close quarters combat like a house without having your helmet on, right? That's how you get shot in the head. So these are the reasons when I absolutely 100% would always have my helmet on. So now let's get into some of the reasons why I personally don't like to wear my helmet if I'm not engaged in the previous points that I discussed earlier, right? The number one reason why I hate to wear my helmet as a Special Forces guy is comfort. I remember back in 2003 and 2005 when I was, deploying to Iraq all the fucking time, right? And at that point, we were conducting route clearance, and we had these big old RG-31s and the Buffaloes. Like, they were made out of armor, yet we still had to sit in them with a helmet on, 125-degree weather. It was just miserable. It was horrible, right? We would, wear these freaking buckets. Now, granted, later on, the Army came out with newer designs, but they still sucked, and I used to hate it. So I made it my point to where, hey, once I get to SF, I'm not going to wear that damn helmet if I'm not actively engaged, all right? It was just a comfort thing with me. I didn't like to wear it because it was fucking miserable. It was not comfortable, right? So that was the number one reason, guys. I can tell you right now, a lot of SF guys share this sentiment. So number two, guys, I didn't like wearing my helmet because it was a target. Now, I remember back in 2014, we were out conducting operations, and my buddy, he was sitting behind a berm. His helmet was right next to him, and his head was like right next to his helmet. And out of nowhere, his helmet just fell off. So he grabbed his helmet, he's like, what the fuck's going on? And then he looked at it and he noticed there's a big old hole in there from where a sniper had shot his helmet, thinking that that was him. So that's another reason, guys. The helmet makes you a big target. Now, when I was in sniper school, we do what's called observation lanes. That's when we go out and we look for small items that are not natural to the actual environment. That's how snipers identify their target. We look for objects that are not man-made. So like straight lines, dark pattern. Like, we look for all of this stuff in order to find targets. And when a sniper is looking for his objective, he's gonna look for those lines. That's what his eyes are trained to look for. And the helmet is giving him exactly what he's looking for. That's why you oftentimes see snipers, you know, all camoed up with like leaves and stuff to break up the straight lines to make it harder for other snipers to identify him, right? The helmet doesn't do any of that, guys. It's just a man-made, you know, block. That's just a target of opportunity for whatever snipers are out there. So that's the second reason why I didn't like wearing my helmet, guys. It's just a big old target for any snipers to actually shoot at. Moving on to number three. I often didn't wear my helmet when I was working with my partner force because I wanted to blend in and look like them. I wanted to dress like them. I wanted to do whatever it is that they were doing as far as uniform goes. Because me personally, when I'm around 30 of my Afghans and they're all, you know, ball cap and they're all dressed down, I don't want to be the guy that's uptight, that walk in there full battle rattle, looking like I'm scared to death because one of them might attack me. So I wanted to dress down to whatever it is that they were wearing. And oftentimes, they're not wearing helmets. They got their little baseball cap on with their little frag vest and then their weapon system. And that's how they were doing work until we became actively engaged. Last but not least, guys, it just looked a lot fucking cooler, right? Not wearing that fucking helmet if I didn't have to, and having the choice to do so. Like I said, it's the freedom of movement that we get in SOF. So those are the reasons, guys. Again, I was on the phone with an individual and he just wanted to know why SF guys typically don't do that. And I know I have my reasons. So those are my reasons, guys. And again, this is not a video about whether or not you should or should not wear helmets. That's for you to make. It's your life. These are decisions that I made and the reasons that I made them. If you have a reason as to why you don't wear your helmet or you have a story to share, leave it in the comment section below, guys. Eager to hear. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next one.